everyone, and welcome to another episode of Backcap. We are now, in fact, in our seventh episode. Holy moly. And this episode, we are going to be highlighting some of Gigantic's, giganticest of fan sites. Joining me today is Tim's Gravestone. Unfortunately, he could not make it, so I will be serving as GG Unleashed representative for that. And I'm actually going to let you guys introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit about yourselves and a little bit about the fan sites you guys help run and participate in. Kyle, would you like to start?
Was that me?
Yeah, that's you.
Oh, okay, cool. So I'm Kyle or Exapo, and I run Rematch.gg, which is going to be tournament hosting for Gigantic once it comes out, and a bunch of other games at the same time, but we'll be focusing on Gigantic at launch.
Excellent. Mr. Gasmask, tell us a bit about Clash Point.
So I'm Jason Gasmask, and ClashPoint's primarily a guide website. So right now our focus is just making the process of creating guides as intuitive as possible and make it easy to find for the viewers.
Okay, and next we have Tom, Mr. Furious Narwhal.
What's up, guys? I'm Tom, or Narwhal. I'm the head mod at the Gigantic subreddit. I can't really describe Reddit in like a short blurb. I assume most of you know what it is. If you don't, I would Google it because you're a little behind. But yeah, I run the subreddit, and we're basically for everything. We're kind of just a conglomeration.
Okay, excellent. And you guys all know me, Sherpas. This is going to be my answering my own questions hat. So I help run a little-known site called ggunleash.com, where we do a lot of different things, a lot of different streams, and we also have a hero builder as well, and that's us over at GG Unleashed. That's who brings you this fabulous stream. So, let's. What, you don't like the hat? It's a good hat.
I was just watching it on the stream, so it's delayed, and I'm just laughing at myself about it.
Yeah, me too.
Got a bunch of professionals up in here tonight. So again, thank you all for joining us.
People.
Serious people. So again, thank you so much for joining us. If you guys have any questions for anyone here, how their websites work or anything about Gigantic, feel free to shoot it in chat, and we will do our best to answer your questions in a timely manner. So, Ooh. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and go down the line, and I'd like to talk a little bit about inspiration for these websites. Obviously, Gigantic is a huge inspiration, so don't cop out on that, gentlemen. But what else? What else did you guys have in mind when wanting to get involved or creating your virtual babies for Gigantic? What was kind of the thought process behind it? Gasmax, go!
Yeah, so basically how it happened is that I had an idea of forming a competitive team for Gigantic. That was my idea because I came from playing Guild Wars 2, which led me to play Smite, and I always almost got into the competitive stuff with Guild Wars 2. There was a lot of other things that led me to leave that community and start playing Smite. And while playing Smite, I was about to get really competitive into it, and then I heard of Gigantic. And then so with the opportunity to go to PAX South and actually integrate myself with the community, and I just have to thank everyone who was involved with that. Thank you so much, because it gave me the opportunity to take something that I wanted to do, which was create a competitive environment and meet up with a person like Fox. Now, Fox is the person who actually does all of the back end, all of the actual site stuff. He's the website dev. And he came to me with the idea of, hey, I'm really passionate about this game. There's a lot of stuff in the game that, we could present and help people get into it. And then so with both of our, single agendas, we formed together to form Clash Point. So on one hand, we want to focus on the competitive side because we're really passionate about that. But on the other hand, we have people who are very passionate at the skills that they do, which is creating a website and, creating a good user experience for people, because we've always found websites like that for other games, and we were always like, damn, that's awesome. And now we saw it as an opportunity for us being in so early to be able to do that for others. So, I don't think anyone else would have done anything different in our situation. It's just that we were in that situation, so we made it happen. And thanks for everyone who was involved. Awesome.
Excellent. And just for clarification, that is not, we have 1,000 foxes. That is not all caps fox. That is Fox Faux. I think I'm missing a
FAAUX.
AUX. Okay. So it's that fox, not to be confused with the other foxes who are
Yeah,
out
no,
there.
there's a million of them.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
And
Someone
There's
needs
the
a name
Clash
page.
Boy Fox. Yeah.
yeah, we do have
Really.
quite a few. I'm actually going to reset this because I have you freezing again, gas
Okay.
masks. I
That's
don't know
cool.
if
I
you want to
can, yeah.
reset, see if we can reset and get you not so frozen. No.
I reset myself.
You
Maybe
might have
I'll
to
fix it.
rejoin the room.
Sure,
which will
I'll do
mess up
that.
cameras for just
you know,
a
I have really
second.
bad upload, by the way. You know that, guys. I'm gonna put them on call out here. Rogers, my ISP is just failing.
Okay. I mean, what would Backcap be without some technical difficulties? This is about par for the
Not
course.
Backcap.
Not bad. Not certainly not my show. And I'm afraid, Tom, you are currently cut in half. And I apologize. Knock
Good.
knock. Okay, let them in.
Let them in.
All right, there we go.
Oh, I'm not Jason.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, somehow they switched you.
Wow.
Alright.
We're all
Getting a
broken. What
prolific
is going
forehead shot
on?
of me right
Hey-oh. Whose
Let me
chest
get
is
in there.
that? Nice chest.
Isn't that a good chest? It's a really good chest.
Hey-oh.
Okay. Let me get.
I guess I'll be gas mask. I guess that works for me.
Alright, there we go. Switch you guys around. Uh-oh. Oh god. Okay, well, there
Exactly,
we
you're
go.
gas
That's
mask
pretty
right
good.
now. I know, plus.
No, here, I
What's up,
switched.
buddy?
Your gas mask right now. So while he gets all that fixed up, Example, why don't you give us a little bit about your reasonings and inspirations behind rematch and what would you like to see?
Yeah,
Half gas
so...
mask, half me.
Yeah, you guys.
I don't know what's up with Furious Narwhal. First off, Furious Narwhal, let me see the narwhal I sent you. And second off, so I just thought about that. So how'd I get involved? I saw Gigantic on IGN.com back when they first announced it, and I was like, I don't know what this game is, but I like the art style, so I'm signing up for Alpha. And then from there, actually through Reddit, I saw Warpath Fox, my Fox, FOX, um, talking about making like a competitive team and running a league and stuff like that and do tournaments. And I was like, and it seemed like no one was really interested. So I was just like, oh, whatever. I was like, I want to get involved. So like I signed up and everything, got involved with him. Perfect. It's awesome. Exactly like the picture. And so I got involved with all that with him, and awkward enough, Fox's name also turned out to be Kyle, and awkward enough, we're like the same exact person. So overall, we kind of had the same idea on where we wanted everything to go. So it was a little weird situation when it first started. So we started off everything as Warpath Gaming would be the competitive team we would play on and run, and Warpath Gaming League would be the tournament stuff and all the league stuff that we want to do for Gigantic. And as time went on, we backed down from trying to play on the team to managing and helping people that want to be competitive and gigantic. So we want to give them all the resources, website and stuff like that, the gear, so they don't have to worry about it. And then we just went from Warpath Gaming League to Rematch.gg because, A, it sounds a hell of a lot better. And we also wanted to separate our team from our tournament stuff. And the whole concept of Rematch.gg was to be a better free version of Face It TV for newer games such as Gigantic. And so the whole objective was to have the same type of currency thing where you'll be able to hopefully get in-game skins and stuff like that through Motiga and all that fun stuff by playing in our free tournaments, our cash prize tournaments, and we also want to set up a scrim feature so you can just scrim any team you want to get extra points. And if you lose, you can do like double or nothing rematch, and that's kind of where the name came from. So that was going to be like a huge key feature to the whole thing. So there's a lot of stuff going on, especially with us. A lot of talking to other people to figure out the tools we need and all that fun stuff. And we expanded out through the community. I know you've been helping us out, Short Bus, and yeah, so it's been fun. It's coming a long way. There's a lot more stuff to do, but it's getting there.
Excellent, excellent. And how about you, Narwhal? As I get you back into, I got rid of you, so you are currently a black box instead of a half. I'm sorry. I know it sounds really mean, but it's how it had to be. All right. So go ahead,
All right.
tell us. about your
So
subreddit?
let's see. I mean, I can't really claim credit for Reddit. Unintentional rhyme. But yeah, so basically I was just sitting at work doing nothing, which I typically do at work. And I saw the video on Reddit posted on another subreddit. It was probably R Games. And as soon as I saw it, I got super hyped, went to the website, and the first thing I do when I get excited for a new game is I automatically go to the subreddit and subscribe for like news, so I know when alpha starts, beta, all that stuff. And so I was looking into doing that, and R Gigantic was actually a banned subreddit. I'll leave it to the imagination what it was banned for, but it was no longer in existence. So I made Go Gigantic, which was the name of the website and stuff like that. So I figured it'd be good. We got about 100 subscribers, and then I learned, because I'm not like a super Redditor like some people are. I figured out that you can actually get a subreddit unbanned if it's been long enough, and you have enough Reddit karma, but you have to have like 2,000 Reddit comment karma. Didn't have that. Super nice guy by the name of Coltoro, I think it was, got the subreddit for us and then offered it to us because he wasn't interested in the game. He just didn't want to see another person get it. Super nice guy. So basically, we just set it up after that, and I brought Cody and John and Heaven on board, who are Pelican, Pelican, Shoebox, and Fourth Sniper, respectively. And, yeah.
All right, excellent. So that's kind of getting to the mines. I guess this is my turn for Gigi at least, so we get the hat on. So I can't quite speak for Tim, but for me, I was approached after one of the first gigantic community councils, and he was like, "Hey, you seem really cool. Do you want to stream for us?" And for me, it was a lot of the community. I just loved that, and I loved the idea of being part of the community and fostering it in that manner. Yeah, like a Zappo. Anyway, I mean, so yeah, so I was really excited to be approached, and for GG Unleashed, it is just such a fostering of fan. You know, we have an art section, we have the streams, we have, the Bottom Bass show, all of that. We're gonna get back to you, alright? Rematch, get out of here. This is my turn. I have the hat. So anyway.
I just steal the spotlight.
So yeah, that was a huge part and a huge inspiration for me was Gas Mask again breaking my stream. So yeah, it's really the community and being a part of this and doing this, like doing Backcap has been so incredible, and I really wanted to bring that more
Awesome.
to the table. So that's kind of some back thoughts, and we have so much more to come, and so many people working on fine-tuning GG Unleash as well. We got Noarbot and Bazil and Luke. I mean, great team over there. So, all right, host Yowie again. And here we go. Oh, it looks like we got you back. We got you back! Okay,
Yeah, I'm
awesome. So I'm gonna again play with this. And let's get to, I was curious, guys, what part of Gigantic made you want to make these fan sites? What made you play this game and go, oh my god, we gotta get this content out here, and and you guys kind of touched up on it in the last question, but let's elaborate a little bit on that. What is it about Gigantic that makes you want to do all this work for it? And we'll go ahead and it's Greg, and we'll go ahead and
I know Greg left, but I'm still you guys right anyway. I guess I'll just start. Screw it. I already started.
Go
ahead. So, I honestly don't know. It's all you guys. I honestly love all of you. But no, honestly, the community was the only reason I got so involved in it. This is the first game I've ever got so involved in with, and just the devs. Greg was the first dev I started talking to, so obviously Greg will always come up to me because Greg's the man. But then when I went to PAX East and just met everyone in real life, it was just like, yep, we're the same group of people as we are online, so this isn't really that different. And it was just awesome talking to Chris Chung, and like he's just such a down-to-earth guy, and just all the devs are just they'll just tell you straight out. They're not like trying to hide anything from anyone. So it was just awesome. I think just overall the devs in the company and the art style is really what sucked me in most likely. And the game was crazy fun to play. So that's another big thing.
Excellent. And how about you, Gaspass, now that I got you back and good to go?
Yeah, I am profusely sweating. I was sweating my booty off trying to unplug and plug my webcam in. It's so hot. But no, what am I passionate about in Gigantic? It's the competitive stuff. I feel like the competitive stuff and the community stuff. I guess their ideology on community is what keeps me here and keeps me wanting to be a part of it. It seems like they really understand like where where the competitive side is going to come from. It's from the people, and you got to start small. And you got to start with the people who do care and give them the platform. And I feel like they're really doing that. So the two things that got me is just the competitive stuff from hearing the devs talk to their backgrounds to how they're treating their community efforts. It's really cool. You know?
Excellent,
And of
excellent.
course, the game is sick.
And for you, Tom?
Sorry, I had my mic muted a little bit because my chair was squeaking around. Yeah, so actually the first thing that drew me in, I would say, was art style. I know that's kind of a silly answer, but like that's the thing that first really struck me. Because if you notice the trend of all of, and I say the word MOBA, but I thought it was a MOBA, and a lot of people thought Gigantic was a MOBA when it first came out. Obviously something different now.
But I'm primarily a MOBA player. I'm not really an FPS player, which a lot of people have a background in the community. But I mean, I saw the art style and I was like, wow, this is really unique. This is really interesting. The trailer was really well done. And I guess that's what like first launched me into it. And then as time progressed, like the community was obviously very pleasant. I mean, honestly, we have, what do we have, like 25 people on the subreddit right now? I should know this, but it's around 2,500 people. And I mean, the community is just really genuinely pleasant. Just really nice people. The devs are so willing to talk to people on the subreddit. I find it pretty incredible. I hope it's something that doesn't go away as the community grows, because I've seen that happen with a lot of communities. But it's really nice to see. And I'd say that's kind of what's kept me in it, has been how confident the developers are in their own game, and how nice it looks, and how nice it's coming along.
Okay, excellent, excellent. And also welcome for those of you who are just joining us. This is Backcap episode 7, where we are meeting some of the great minds behind the Gigantic fan site circuit. So we're looking at Rematch, Clashpoint, and the Gigantic subreddit is who we got going on here. And also P2 had a question, and Gigantic Unleashed or GG Unleashed will have a fanfic section. We do have a glorious fanfic writer, so you might be seeing some of that down the road. So, on that note, put on my answering my own question. This is my nightmare. So, yeah, I think you guys really nailed it on the head. That there's just so much to be found in Gigantic. I mean, the game's great, first off. I mean, that's, I think, one of the number one things that drew me is that I played it at PAX South, and I was like, this is so cool. Coupled that with this incredible staff, and then this incredible community. So it's really has the whole 9 yards, and doing this for you guys is just makes my day. It makes my day so good. Like I work 8 hours and I get home and I'm stressed, and it's you guys. You guys make it great. So that's some of the inspiration behind. But why are you always just losing your mind?
I'm sorry, I'm in chat world, and then Chocolate's just making me laugh. Chocolate's getting me hyped over something that's never gonna happen, but it's okay.
I
So
love
continue.
Alrighty. So up next, how important do you think this stuff is? How important are fan sites for the livelihood of a video game? And let's hear it from Gas Mask first.
I love how I'm always the first one. Yeah, rank one.
I see how.
Shit. I mean, it's super important. It's everything actually. Like, especially for them being an independent developer, I'm sure that they are using their resources very wisely. And a lot of these things that these fan sites do is just an extension of what the developer could be doing. And so like we're just there, being the pillars that we are, and we give the community the things that the developers don't have the time or whatever to put out there. So we're just an extension of Motiga, but a community extension. What we wanted to see that we didn't see, and we got together and we made it happen, and we gave back. And then it's like it's a nice little circle, is what it is.
Excellent. And how about you, Tom? How important do you think that subreddit is for Gigantic?
Yeah, so I actually think so. I kind of in my brain kind of separate subreddit and fan site a little bit, just because I think they serve different roles, and I think like healthy fan sites and Reddit like combine for like they're both needed for like a healthy game, in my opinion. Um, and the subreddit specifically, just because it's so important to have a place. Uh, that's because usually okay. So sorry, I'm trying to get my brain around this. So usually subreddits will have the highest population, but they'll be less specific.
Okay.
So you don't go to a subreddit for hero guides or skill builders or usually sometimes you can go to it for a competitive scene like discussion, but not really tournaments, stuff like that. So I think the subreddit's more important for conglomeration of news, events, developer interaction in specific with Gigantic, which has been really great. We've already had 2 AMAs. If you guys haven't seen them, I would run to the Reddit right now and use the search bar, just type in AMA. They're pretty awesome. There's a lot of info there. But yeah, I mean, I would just say developer interaction and kind of all the things you can get in one place in such an easy format are kind of invaluable.
So you would say you're the hub of kind of all these fans and fan sites coming together, would you say?
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty. I think that's a pretty accurate description of Reddit.
Okay, excellent. And what about you, Sappho? How important is rematch for Gigantic? Not you specifically, your website. Just
not me.
No.
I'm a pretty big part of it. I'm the heart and soul. I am the comedic relief in the community. Yeah. So rematch. I mean, I want to see the game get as competitive as possible, and I want to see like that scene get built up, and I want to see all that fun stuff. Like I want to see like Gigantic up on the stage. Like that's the stuff I want to see. And like it starts off small, starts off grassroots, and me and Fox are like really dedicated. What's going on? Really nice new shirt. Me and Fox are really dedicated.
We had a quick fashion change.
Yeah,
like
quick fashion change. But me and Fox are like really dedicated to hopefully like get that going, and we want to try and like make sure we really fine tuned where we wanted to go and just like stuck with tournaments and stuff. Like we don't want to bite off more we can chew, and I think as long as we're easy, accessible, you guys can sign up, create a team, have your profile, join a tournament just like that. Go watch our streams, enjoy all that stuff. It's just going to be a good experience all around for people that are looking to either just watch high-level Gigantic play, want to be competitive. It's just going to be a good experience all around for the community.
Okay. Excellent. Fan sites are hugely important. Everyone should go to them and support all the fan sites you can get, including GG Unleashed, Rematch, Clashpoint, and the subreddit, and there's so many more, which we'll get to at the end of the show. I actually have a million links for all the other Gigantic fan sites, but I agree with you guys. It's kind of the lifeblood, because I think the developers can only do so much with their website, and they're not always going to fulfill the wants and needs of the fans. Like, they don't have a official hero builder. You can find that over at GG Unleashed and over at Clashpoint, and they both move and feel very different, so they are both definitely worth checking out to see which one you prefer, if you prefer both. So I think that they are hugely important for that, because they got other things to do. That's why we're here. All right, host Yaoion, here we go. Let's get into some of the challenges. What is really hard? Obviously, it's not a walk in the park. So what are some unique challenges that you have faced working on this? And we're going to go ahead and start with Narwhal. What is some things you found on the subreddit that's rough?
All right. First things first, I found the Narwhal. Just for Zappa over here. He sent me this. Wait, was it for? It was for Christmas, I think. It's the coolest thing ever. It's extremely fluffy. Yeah, it was awesome. Okay. hardness of running a subreddit. So a few things I would say are the trickiest. Probably okay. So doing what everybody wants and keeping subreddit clean and a good place to go is not possible. It's just not, because everybody has different ideas about how everything should be run, and Reddit is a very like people like to treat it like a democracy, even though it's really not. So I mean, it's a really hard balance to manage because everybody has different opinions of how everything should be run. Like we've been tweaking a lot of rules about fan sites actually because Reddit is it's a very fine line to walk, especially in the early stages of development on the subreddit for self promotion and how that plays into the content on the subreddit because there's obvious reasons why you try to avoid that, et cetera, et cetera. But there's a lot of content producers right now because we only have, 2,500 subscribers right now. So a lot of those people are interested in getting into gigantic early, getting into the competitive scene, getting into making content. So it's been really hard, how to limit that content responsibly without honestly pissing too many people off or, trying to accommodate everybody's needs in one space is not easy.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you guys have been doing a wonderful job at that. I've seen very little problems on the subreddit, so well done,
You
sir.
should read the mod mail.
Oh, really? That's so good. All right, Exapo, tell us some unique challenges of helping run rematch or some problems you've seen, Fox.
Everything's an issue. I don't even know where you want me to start. I mean, there's just so many moving parts behind it. A lot of meetings with other companies. It's more of a challenge of where are we getting all this money to do all this stuff for us because there's so much stuff like we want to add to the site, and it's come down to a lot of we met with like Battlefy and like trying to find the best, fastest, easiest way for us to integrate other games API and tournament stuff. Like that's been a big pain. We've met with a lot of people. There's like a lot of stuff. I mean, I could go on for a while of like issues we ran into. We're looking at trying to redo the whole site from the ground up so
Oh,
it's
wow.
more like fitting again, and it's
Right.
yeah. There's just a lot. It's a lot of like doing one thing and then like re-scrapping and doing it all over. So the whole thing is we really just want to make it as easy as possible and as quick and as fun as possible for everyone, and that's where like the hardest challenge is coming from, and trying to make all the right decisions because it's kind of hard when we don't really know what the right decision's going to be and we want to try and please everyone at least. So
Right. And you were formerly you actually just rebranded as well. Didn't you? With
yes, yeah, yep, we were Warpath Gaming League, and then we rebranded to rematch.gg for a couple reasons. We weren't at first. We were trying to be a league, kind of like LCS or like Smite Pro League type thing, and that just didn't seem like the right idea to try and
Right.
push that with the game. So we felt like tournaments were just a way better idea in general. Yeah, excuse me. And also, me and Fox also run Warpath.gg, which is another website for like our team, kind of like how ClashPoint has the ClashPoint team. So names, and I was just kind of like, are we really going to enter a team we're running into a site that has the same name? Like that just sounds and looks really stupid on our part. And then we were playing on the team, so we're kind of like, all right, we're just going to manage the team, give them all the stuff they need, and let them play, and rematch will be its own thing. And for some reason, Fox or Kyle had to have .ggs for all our stuff, and that was a little pricey, but it sounds a lot better. I think rematch.gg is pretty cool.
Oh, I
I
think
mean,
that's great.
warpath.gg sounds cool for a website, but I think it sounds better at rematch.
I think so. Well done. And how about you, Gasmas? Tell us some challenges with ClashPoint that you have faced.
Definitely the biggest issue is when it's a passion project, it's just you put literally all your free time into it.
Yeah.
And it's with a small team, you know what I mean? So it's like just balancing those relationships. Like honestly, the hardest part is just that. Everything else is makes it worth it. The other stuff like it's not like the thing is that I don't really work on the website itself. I gotta say that Fox or FAAUX, German Fox, he does a lot of work because a lot of our systems are made by him completely. Like this guy just he's a powerhouse, man, German engineering, and so he bears a lot of the stresses of the website itself. But I'm the guy who deals with the people, so like for me it's dope. I just talk to everybody all the time and make sure that that we're listening, that we're writing these things down if people have concerns or worries or whatever, and then I kind of deliver that to our German engineer, and he makes the dream work. Teamwork makes the dream work. So the
Have
hardest thing is bugs.
yeah. Are you do you break do you have a hard time watching Fox break the website? How many times has Fox broken the website? Just
Well, he's like I can't. He has a beta website that he tests things on. This shit doesn't break on the live website. It's all broken on the, and then he patches it. He's got like a whole system. I mean, this it's unreal. It's unreal, and
that's
he does all of
hilarious.
this passionately. Like, yeah, I know it drives me to want to do more,
Yeah.
and it's really cool.
That's awesome. And have you found working with people? Have you ever had a negative experience with that, or has it so far been pretty good and you've been able to take the needs and concerns of the community and have you been able to do it? Has there been anything that you're like, I can't actually physically do this?
Yeah, I mean, so far the community's just been really understanding, I guess, and reasonable, and so I guess in that way I'm lucky. So I'm sure there's gonna be a moment, but we always get requests and things, but every time there's a request, there's always that sense of reason behind the request,
Okay.
and so it's just really nice and refreshing. Outside of that, though, we wish we could do a lot more, but we're just optimistic and realistic about it. At the end
Yeah.
of the day, we can't get everything done, so we are a guide site. That is our main concern. We
Is
just
being
want to
guided.
create that right now.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Now for Gigi Unleashed. Thanks, Tim. So, I think for me, I'm kind of in your shoes, Gas Mask, where I'm the head streamer. I coordinate the streams and get those together. So I'm really working with a lot of the people. I've seen Noirbot and Luke just struggle with coding and getting their guides together and oh my god, this doesn't work. How do we fix this? How do we do that? And it just feels like this endless, like, I don't think any fan site will ever truly be done. I don't know how you guys feel, but it always feels like there's something more that can be done.
Hmm.
And that's both an incredible challenge, but it is still a challenge. I personally love it because I get bored really quick on things. Like tedium is a real problem for me, and there's just something about working on GG Unleashed that is so challenging and always is rewarding in that challenge. It's never dull. That's for sure. Getting together, I basically have as soon as the gigantic community council is done, I'm rushing to get my interviews, to get my art, to get my uh, the community coach of the week and getting all that together in just a week and getting you guys together, and it's just been a fabulous, fabulous challenge, and it's really all worth it. I agree with Gas Mask that this community makes it 100% worth all of the broken bits. I mean, as you can see, even in this UI, I had to change a couple things last minute, and that can be really stressful. But hey, man, it all comes together one way or another. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember you guys were having rematch host gigantic community council, and me and Fox were like, oh shit, I hope we make this as smooth as possible. Like, we're doing all the behind the scenes stuff, and I was like, yeah, let's not mess this one up. It's our first one, and it went pretty good. But so
Yeah.
you always run into something. Even
Oh,
streaming in general, something always happens.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
there's always
man.
something. The very first episode of Backcap, I was muted for the first like 15 minutes, and
I remember that.
yeah, Thor and Pyro got their dogs to like woo the crowd, and I'm like, oh, don't cry in front of everyone. It's
Aw.
okay. Like, so it's good. There's always something. All right, so moving on to our next question. Let's see what we got going on. The ban of ferrets in California. What the hell? Can we take a moment? How do you guys feel about the California ban on ferrets?
Did we just go there?
Yeah, we just
Google
went
that
there.
real fast.
Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, Zappo, tell me what you feel
Uh,
about that.
I think ferrets are pretty freaking cool, to be honest. But
There you go,
I
you
don't
heard it
know. I won't
first.
ever own one, and I'll live in California. But I know you do, so
Garbage.
I'm sorry. I guess that's all
Tom,
I got.
Tom, how do you feel?
Why is it?
Why? What? Yeah, why? That's all I
What?
keep saying.
Well, I mean, like,
No, you can't.
is there some other exotic creature that's not like
Well,
banned, but like
no,
should
they're
be?
all banned. Like sugar, you can't have sugar gliders or ferrets or like
Oh yeah, sugar
hedgehogs.
gliders.
Yeah, you can't have any of that.
What?
And all they do is die in the
Okay.
wild. I don't understand. Tom, how do you feel about that?
So I'm going to give you a direct quote. Apparently, this is the reason.
Yes.
Are you?
The contention is that ferrets may get out and reproduce, creating feral populations and impacting the environment in the process. I don't. I've never really heard of that being a problem in like the 49 other states where they're legal. So, I mean, I don't really. That's really weird.
Hey man,
It's one of the few times someone probably says sucks to live in California because everything else is awesome.
it sucks to live in California. Owned them my whole life.
Obviously.
I love that everyone looks that up. I had Katie, Motiga's creature creator, look that up. She also thinks it's BS. So all right, we gotta get a petition. Okay, that's it. Backcap petition for ferrets. It's happening.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know how that happened, but okay, sure.
Yeah, no, it's gonna happen. So just to give everyone a scale, just how many people are behind your websites? You know, we see just the four of us here, but there's obviously a lot more to it. Zappo, just how big is your crew? How many people does it take to run a site like yours?
Well, for you to be pretty surprised, up until a week ago, the person doing all the heavy lifting in the background of the site was actually just Fox and one of his
Wow.
friends. So it was a two-man job on getting our site to where it is now. And then, like a week ago, you hopped on and we expanded the community out to try and help eventually moderate everything. So we got a ton of people on board now, which is awesome. Everyone's great. Seems like everyone's getting along too. But most of the heavy lifting behind the site was Fox. Kind of like you and Gas, I'm kind of more of the I talk to everyone like, hey, and then I read
We
stuff
do
because
nothing.
sometimes his
Okay,
English
let's
is
be
bad.
real.
No. I do a little more stuff than you would think. But like most of it's like more like business, like, oh, we got this meeting, let's go talk to these guys, and like I'm Mr. Good Guy and Fox is Bill Gates in the conversation, like, no, this is how we're doing it. And I'm just laughing to myself in the background. But yeah, I don't know. The most part the site got up just by basically just Fox doing it all. He basically had it done before I even joined on, and now it's a lot of documentation on both of our parts and keeping stuff together. And I do a lot more managing with the teams that we have. We have trying to get Counter-Strike, and we just got Call of Duty today, so
Nice.
that's more of my job because he doesn't feel like talking to all of them all the time. But for the most part, Fox gets full credit on getting rematch.gg up.
Nice. Rematch EG, one man job. I like it.
Yep. For now, at least. With all the new ideas we want, it's not going to be a one-man job for too long.
And how about you, Narwhal? How many people go behind making the subreddit and running it efficiently?
Alright, so exactly 4, because Reddit does all of the work for us. Shout out to all of the people that actually maintain Reddit, which is probably hundreds. But yeah, I mean, it's me, and I honestly am just general purpose. I used to do some of the CSS work, like the flares and stuff, like really basic, easy stuff, because Reddit has an infrastructure for that. I am not great at coding. Who is great at coding is the second moderator. We ended up bringing on Shoebox. Shout outs to him, because he's like a god at CSS. He's designed like the Elder Scrolls Online subreddit,
Oh, wow.
our subreddit, the Overwatch subreddit. I mean, the man does quality work. And then our third one was John Pelican. Everybody knows and loves. I think he probably does most of the talking to most people. He's probably the most talkative out of everybody. I mean, he's the most lovable person. He's just like a big old fluffy. Anyway, and then we have Evan, who's the fourth person. He is. I gave him a real big hug the first time we met in real life. Didn't want to let go. Okay. So the last person is Evan, fourth sniper, who we recently brought on, who's Irish. and he actually helps with. But he's like our power redditor kind of.
Mhm.
That's a little bit of a cringy term, but I mean, he's on Reddit a lot at hours where we're all off it. Because believe it or not, actually me, Shu, and Pelican all live in Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
So we're all in the exact same time zone within like a 30-minute radius of each other. So Evan does like a lot of the overseas kind of stuff in terms of time zone moderation. Because we had a lot of NDA breaks a few weeks ago or a month ago or so that had to be moderated while we were sleeping. So
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. And a gas mask. How about
Uh,
tell us about Clashpoint. How many people does it take to bite into a Clashpoint? Right, to get to the center?
let me calculate.
Oh my god, what is that? I'm done.
No, it's
Yeah, okay,
wonderful.
so no, let me list this. This is for real. Let's go, bang bang, let's go. Fox, FAAUX. He's like our main lead website design coder dude. He's the best. Then we got Germs. He does the art. So you see the Clashpoint sword. You see any of that Clashpoint art, whatever you see, he did that. It's real good. Then we have Tame Randy. He's dope. He does like the front end
He's
stuff
dope.
of the website. He's just straight dope.
That's a
He's
good
the
way to
bomb.
describe someone. Yes.
We got Corrupt. He does like social media type things. He did actually a fundraiser for Able Gamers recently. He writes articles, and I mean, there's Azaraki. He's written articles for us, and I'd say that the core group that works on the actual website itself is Fox and Tame. That's 2 people. Well, Germs, 3 people. And then we actually are looking for absolutely anyone and everyone with skills and experience for writing articles, writing guides. Like, we're open. Where did I hear this recently? I heard it from Toomey, I think. We're exclusively inclusive. So, like, we're just open armed, just saying, yo, come join us, be a part of the movement. But yeah, we're pretty small.
Excellent, excellent.
Oh, and then there's me. I just do nothing. I just talk.
You're the friend maker. I like it. Always need a friend
Yeah.
maker. So let me
Yeah.
put on my answering questions hat. So for Gigantic Unleash, I think we have a pretty big group, especially in comparison. We have Tim, who's worked on the website. We have Perry, Nuarbot, who's worked pretty heavily on the website, and Luke, who are all fabulous, fabulous programmers and coders and all that. And then we have we have Rotram, who writes the fanfics, so that's for you, P2. I'm sure we'll eventually be getting a fanfic section of the site featuring Rotram and other writers. We got Dad Joke on board, who's phenomenal, and I think he does website stuff too. I think he also does programming and coding. We got Wilhelm, who's a wonderful artist. He's the one that brought us those gigantic wallpapers that we featured last week. Awesome
That guy's
guys.
good.
Yeah, he's so good. So you'll be seeing a lot more of his stuff as well. So yeah, our team's quite big. We have Tayum for the EU GG Unleashed, and so we have a pretty Bazil, because he'll be so mad if I don't mention him. Baz is also part of our team. So we got a big team. I'm actually maybe a little naive because I thought everyone ran on such a big team. I was like, yeah, I mean, these other sites surely also have half a dozen people working on it. So I just want to say kudos to all of you guys for running on such a small staff. That is awesome, and you guys do some great work for that.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
think it keeps the focus clean and clear.
Yeah.
I really.
That's like actually, you know what? That comes to answer one more thing, actually. One of the biggest struggles with running the Clashpoint site is finding people who are passionate about the movement and the game rather than the benefits of running a fan site.
Yeah.
And so I just have to mention that. It wouldn't feel right. And that's like truly from the depths of my heart. It's all about passion. And you gotta keep it about that. And so that was it. Most difficult part is keeping those people away from such a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Amen. Preach it, brother. Preach it. Preach it. So yeah, I definitely would agree with that. That everyone who's on board, if you have 5 people who are so passionate, then they make up for for having 20 people who are less passionate. So, excellent. And one last question before we switch it over to our community coach and our art spotlight is what we kind of touched on this a little bit, but if you could just say in like one sentence, just one sentence, Exapo, one short sentence, what makes all of this hard work worth it in that one short sentence, Exapo, what would you say? What makes it all worth it?
Can I go last? I don't know. I have six sentences in my head. Yeah, okay, go ahead. I got a couple sentences. I gotta pick the one I want.
I'll make it quick because like I just really like the idea of interacting with people and video games. And this to me, I found the like I said earlier, oh, one sentence. I get to connect with the people and I fucking love that. And through video games. Done.
Done. I loved it. All right, Tom, and go.
I'd have to say 3 words: all the money. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's the best joke all night.
I'd probably just say, make it short. The people, man. That's the easiest answer.
Okay, excellent. Example, you still look stumped. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
All right. One, actually, I'm also not prepared, and I made these questions up, so this is a problem. So a short sentence for me. God, I don't want to be a cheater. For me, yeah, it's you guys. It's you! Congratulations! Woo! You get a fan site. That's you.
Okay, my turn.
You guys.
I think more. I guess the one sentence I want to say is, just you can really do anything. Like everyone always just kind of is like, you can't do that. Like that's not gonna work. That's a dumb idea. But like, you can really do anything you want. So that's my thing. I think the reason that kind of keeps me going with rematches is such a big idea that really I just want to show everyone else that it's possible you can successfully run a tournament site like that. It's possible to do all these crazy things. Run your own fan site, make a guide site better than Curse is making, like Clashpoint is doing. Run a subreddit with 4 people. Run the best fan site for Gigantic. It's all possible. You want to do it, just hop on the train with the rest of us. It's easy. Anything's possible. That's all I got.
God, that was the longest short sentence.
Yeah,
What did you expect from me? What'd you want? I'm done. I quit. I ain't coming on this anymore.
Oh,
I
man.
made it short, but I had to elaborate on what I
Oh,
wanted to
God.
say.
You're so funny. All right. So.
I'm a blast in a glass.
All right, and just so everyone knows, Gas Mask is frozen again, so he is amused by everything that's happening.
He's not frozen on mine.
That's so weird.
He
Yeah,
looked
he
good
keeps
in that American tea.
he keeps freezing. Yeah, he's totally frozen in mine still, and he just looks so unamused with all of our antics. He's just
Oh
staring at us.
man, that's awful.
He's got the shoot me in the face. Example's not shutting up on.
Okay, well, I'm gonna switch it up so you won't even see our faces, and I'll try to get us working again while we do our art spotlight, which is a little bit different this time. Let's see here. There it is. So, instead of doing one specific artist, I decided to switch it up, and we are going to take a look at the Gigantic Community Canvas on Tumblr. Really, really awesome. And you can actually submit your art, and up here is how you can submit your art. You can find the link to do that at gigantic.com/en/news. Every day we tumble in, it'll give you this handy link, and you can submit your art to them, which they will feature, and we'll go through a couple pages. But here they have their very own art spotlights. I mean, there's just so much of it, and we are slowly featuring them as we go along. I mean, some of these are just so unbelievable. Oh my god, so pretty. I'll scroll through this, and we even have some text in here. You got some GG Unleashed in there. You got some videos, some of the coloring books we got. So cool. We got some handy dandy, and oh, that's cool too. When you scroll over it, it'll tell you who it's by. When a problem comes along, you must lick it. I think that was a Mo Kaboom moment up there. So you could see the unofficial lore of Gigantic. Really, really awesome. No filter. And yeah, and even art from the devs. So we have some of the concept art there. Wow, these are so cool. And guys, feel free to hop in. What's some of your favorite art that you've seen on the Tumblr and on the Reddit?
Uh,
I've actually. Hey, go ahead.
I'm gonna be
Actually,
I'm gonna be completely biased.
Whoops.
Whatever the Trip art was, because I know her in real life, like that super realistic, cool one that was on Reddit like a month and a half ago. I'm gonna be biased. That was probably my favorite one.
That one was
I don't know
really
if that's
cool.
on the Tumblr. I'm not sure what that one is,
I don't
but that
know
one was awesome.
if it is yet. We got some sweet interviews too up here. Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
Some sweet cosplay interviews.
Heyo.
Yeah.
And
Anyway.
then
Yeah, yo.
actually that one that they did on stream of one of our mods, John Pelican. Y'all haven't seen that, you should check it out because it's freaking amazing. They turned his Reddit handle into a hero. And
That
it's
one's
real
great.
sick.
Boozy Pelican, so good.
That's pretty cool. It's not technically fan art,
Yeah,
I
it's my
guess, but it's
favorite.
really
That's mine. I
mean,
love it.
That one's great.
It feels like fan art for the fans. Really.
Right. I like that.
We have the new Tytos skin that was revealed on stream, which is beautiful on here. I love these chibi ones too by Alan Cost. There's a little bit of some chibi Vidasi. Yeah, Lexi, incredible artist. She's actually
Yeah, actually,
on Mosquito's team.
so when I was at PAX South, everybody was coming up and being like, "Oh my gosh, your work is so amazing," and I had no idea who she was. So I like Googled like some of her artwork, and I found like some comics she did. She's very good at the whole art thing, man. She's very impressive. You guys should Google some of her stuff. She has some pretty crazy illustrations.
Yep. And you can find her on Twitter. Oh, there she is actually on the live stream, live drawing from 2014. So you can go back and watch old videos on here as well, which are always worth watching. Boozy Pelican, there you are. Excellent. And I mean, there's 13 pages of this. I wish we had time to go through all 13 pages. Alas, we do not. But just to give you an idea, again, that is ggcommunitycanvas.tumblr.com, and you can check that out. Here, I'll go ahead and post a link right now, so you guys can go ahead and check that out for yourselves. I mean, that's the one amazing thing about this game, is that it's just inspired so much art and so much fan fiction. Love that one with Griselma. By Sir Goodmood, our very own Good Sir Mood. Or Sir Goodmood.
Sir Mood.
Good Sir Mood!
Sir Good
Look,
Mood.
I've been talking for an hour. Oh, talking is hard after a while.
Sir Good Dude.
Sir Good
Heyo.
Dude. So anyway, so yeah, there you have it. There is Gigantic's community canvas. Go ahead, check it out. Check out all the great stuff. And speaking of great stuff, we're gonna go ahead and switch to our community coach is Luck. His real name is Remy, that I never changed because I'm a bum. But Remy, aka Luck, is a fabulous community coach. He is the founder of Team Tiny, which I believe was founded at PAX South for the tournament. And guys, again, speak up if you want to talk about our darling Luck.
Yeah, fun fact, Luck plays for Warpath now.
Oh,
Woo!
there you go. That's an excellent fact. Luck does play for Warpath. Very cool. Very cool.
Look at his picture. It's
I
like-
love
his picture.
It's like
Just so
someone
you
just
know,
booked him.
that's what I said earlier. I said that earlier. I was just on our site looking, and I was like, yo, Luck has the best mugshot out of all of us on the site. By far.
He was walking around California with some ferrets, and then
they caught him. Yeah, there's Luck's mugshot. It's the only picture he gave me, by the way. I have no others of Luck other than his mugshot. Let's see. His favorite hero is Trip. So you know what
Yep.
kind of person he is.
He's that guy.
He's that guy.
At me. No, elaborate, please. I have all day.
No, no, no.
Oh. Oh.
Mm.
Nah, I'm just being that guy.
So I asked him if he was a cat or dog person, and he was like, "Shut up with both of those. I love birds." In fact, he's madly in love with Owl, and I'm pretty sure that his second favorite character is Taito. I hope so, because it doesn't make much sense
Nah,
if he loves
that's
Taito,
accurate.
not him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he loves owls. So yeah, he's really good at Duelist. That's also something that I learned firsthand. That I have yet to win a game. I don't know. Have you won a game, Exapo,
Wait.
against Luck?
Hold on.
Yeah.
It loves
I guess
owls,
Luck.
Yeah.
I don't know if I beat Luck. I haven't
Probably
beat
not,
Luck.
'cause
No.
he's a
But I can
beast.
beat him now. I got a good deck now, so I'll beat him on his stream tomorrow night. That's what I'll do.
He loves owls, but his favorite hero isn't Taito.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't ask questions.
Don't. Yeah. Look. I was only saying. So let's see. Yeah. So he made his PAX debut over in South. His gigantic debut in South, I should say. And yeah, he played on a team with no Arbot, aka Perry, at the PAX tournament, which leads me to believe that he's probably a very patient person. And everything that I've dealt with him, that he is a fabulous, patient, wonderful man. And we are very, very lucky, haha, to have Luck with us in the gigantic community. Thank you. Thank you for all your hard work. And we're gonna go ahead and switch it back to Backcap. Right now, you're still frozen gas masks, but you look much more smug. You look way less mad, so I
man.
like it. Not like it. And so I am out of my drink, and we are out of time, my dears. I want to say, I know, Exapo. I know. I want to say a big thank you to Exapo, Gasmask, and Furious Narwhal for joining us and pimping out their fan sites. And I'd also like to point out that there are other fan sites. It's not just the four of us. There's also giganticfans.com/forum, which is a forum for Gigantic, giganticwiki.com, wiki/giganticwiki, and I'll have all of these when I do my recap. I will add all of everyone's fan sites forever. There is also an IRC channel run by the lovely people over at Global Gamers and the guys over at GG Unleashed. One here. Gigantic.gamepedia.com. There is a Gigantic Nook. There is Gigantic.gamepedia, another Gigantic wiki. And the Gigantic podcast. And I don't think I'm missing any. I might be. Anyway, feel free to correct me if I'm missing any Gigantic fan sites. There are so many of them, and we are so lucky to have a community that has so many resources made by the community for the community. Gentlemen, please, please, please pimp your sites out. Get it out there. Get it out in the chat. Let everyone know how great you are, which you have this entire hour.
Okay.
Do it.
Oh, we gotta do our stuff?
Here, no, I
Okay.
can do it too. I do have all of you up.
So like, I
But
just spam it.
yeah, just
just
spam
spam
it
it.
until I ban you. So yeah, everyone's gonna pimp themselves out, and you guys can check them out. Check the hero builders on Clash Point. Check the streams over at GG Unleashed.
I
Check
feel like
out
a
our.
bot.
Check out Gigantic Unleashed Hero Builder as well as Clash Points. Check out Rematch for the competitive play and their competitive teams for Gigantic. Check out the subreddit for all of it. The great hub of Gigantic. I like the all caps. And Free the Ferrets. I'm going to be making a petition for Free the Ferrets. Thank you.
Yo, no, this for you. Reddit.com.
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 That's
Check
right,
out
just click on
Reddit.com.
that, you'll find us.
Your website is so good.
Thank you.
Dude, you have the most users
Yeah,
out of
that's
all
the
of us. So
fan
just
that I
blow
run
us
that
out of the
thing.
water.
Yeah,
Thank-
that's right,
Blow us out of the water.
Yeah.
We have like 8 million subs right now, but we're on a low point.
NBD.
Run single-handedly by Furious Novel, Reddit.com. Thank you, and thank you guys all for joining us. Check out next week. We're going to be having another Gigantic Community Council, more at 11, and I will be posting the VOD shortly after this as well. And yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Feel free to follow the channel, follow at GG_Unleash for tweet updates. Follow anything these guys put in the chat room. Pimp yourself. I love how Happy Gas Mask looks on this right now. And yeah, we will we will see you.
Kodak moment.
All right, and we will see you all in 2 weeks for episode 8 of Backcap, and I'll let you know how that goes. Everyone, have a wonderful night. Thanks again for hanging out. Good night. Stay fantastic.
Bye.